If you've been lying next to your husband at night, hoping he doesn't reach for you, and then hating yourself for hoping that, this video is for you. You're not broken. You're not cold. And no, this isn't always a libido problem. Sometimes when desire disappears, it's your body responding to the emotional climate of the relationship. Now, a quick note before we go further. I'm not a sex therapist. I'm not your therapist, and this isn't diagnosis. There are real medical and hormonal reasons desire changes. If this is a factor for you, please explore that with your doctor. What I'm talking about here today is the emotional pattern I see over and over again. I'm going to give you 3 questions that will help you understand what's actually happening for you inside. Number 1, when your body pulls back. Here's what many women tell me. I just don't want him anymore. I don't know what's wrong with me. They've already Googled it, probably at 2 a.m., probably deleted the search history. They find articles about hormone panels, lingerie, scheduling date nights, and somehow the solution always becomes her problem, her responsibility to fix. But let me say something clearly here. If you are emotionally exhausted, walking on eggshells, or spending your days managing someone else's moods, your body is not going to open up easily to that person at night. That's not dysfunction. That's information. Sexlessness in a marriage is rarely just about sex. It often tells you something about the emotional climate between the two of you. And for many women, emotional safety is the bridge to physical intimacy. And if that bridge is cracked, desire struggles to cross it. Here's a question to ask yourself. When I imagine my husband being emotionally present, really listening, really curious about me, does something in me soften, or does nothing move at all? Now, this next one is important because sometimes the issues look very different from what women expect. Number 2, the burnout road. Sometimes the issue isn't emotional safety, it's exhaustion. You're carrying the mental load, kids, schedules, aging parents, house, emotional labor. And by the end of the day, there's nothing left of you. And here's what happens in marriages like this. One partner becomes the manager of everything. And when that happens, the relationship stops feeling like a partnership. But here's the signal to pay attention to. When you imagine your husband sharing the load more, showing up consistently, being present in this relationship, something in you warms. The desire isn't gone. It's buried under exhaustion and resentment. So here's your second question to ask yourself. Am I pulling away from my husband or from everyone? If you're shutting down across the board, friends, family, life in general, that may be burnout or possibly depression and worth exploring with a professional. But if warmth still exists everywhere else and only disappears with him, the relationship dynamic itself may be part of the story. And if conversations like this help you think more clearly about your relationship, consider subscribing. This is exactly the kind of pattern we unpack here. Now, this last one is important because sometimes the reason desire disappears surprises people. Number 3, the self-protection road. This is when your body has learned over time that vulnerability in this relationship doesn't feel emotionally safe anymore. Maybe there's criticism, dismissal, stonewalling. Maybe emotional repair never really happens. And then at night, physical closeness is expected like none of that mattered. And something in you goes cold. Not because you're frigid, because your body is protecting you. Sexual intimacy requires trust, and trust requires emotional repair. When a relationship is full of tension and criticism or unresolved resentment, physical closeness almost always fades. So here is the third question you can ask yourself. When emotional hurt happens between us, does repair happen before closeness is expected? Or are we expected to move on physically without ever addressing what happened emotionally? Because in healthy relationships, emotional repair and physical intimacy go together. Now, if you've been blaming yourself for not wanting sex with your husband, consider the possibility that your body has been trying to tell you something. Sexlessness in marriage is rarely about just sex. It's often information about the emotional climate of your relationship. In an upcoming video, we're going to talk about the other side of this equation, when your husband doesn't want sex with you anymore. Because that story has its own emotional pattern too. But if this conversation is making you question what kind of relationship you're actually in, a hard marriage or something more harmful, I have a video that walks through that difference very clearly. I'll see you there.